Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to compare a fraction with a decimal. So if I have a fraction, let's say 1/5, and I have a decimal, and decimal is 25 hundredths. What I need to do is to convert either the fraction into a decimal or the decimal into a fraction. So for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this fraction right here into a decimal, and it'll be easy to compare these two. So 1/5, if I look at 1/5, I notice that the denominator is 5. So again, if you remember, I need to make the denominator 10, 100, 1,000 to convert it into a decimal very easily. So I can make this into a 10 by timesing the numerator and denominator both by 2. So if I do that, I have 2 over 10, and 2 over 10 is 2 tenths. So 2 tenths I have. So I have 2 tenths, and I have, again, 0.25. But I have a little bit of an issue, and the issue is that my 2 tenths here is in tenths. This is 25 hundredths. But if you remember, the 2 tenths, I could just add a 0 to it. So now I have 20 hundredths. So it's 20 hundredths versus 25 hundredths. And the bigger one, obviously, is the 25 hundredths. Okay, let's try a couple more. Let's say I have 0.64, which is 64 hundredths, and I have 9 tenths. So let's convert these. So if I look at this, I see the 9 tenths. I can make that into 0.9. And I have, again, 64 hundredths. Well, like we just said, I could throw on a 0 there. So 90 is bigger than 64. They're both in the hundredths. So 90 hundredths, or 9 tenths, then, is bigger than 64 hundredths. Okay, let's try another one. This one I want you guys to try at home. Pause it after I write it, and then you can see if you have the right answer. So we have 3/5 versus 0.35. Okay, now pause, and then I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so to do this, again, the 3/5, let's make it into tenths. So I'm going to make it into tenths, so times the numerator and denominator by 2. And I have 6 over 10, which is 6 tenths. So let me rewrite this. I have 6 tenths, versus 0.35, 35 hundredths. Add a 0 here. 60 is bigger than 35. So the fraction 3/5 is greater.